and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This ain't my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
Can you hear yourself at all? No? Well, welcome to the prison show. We're having our normal technical difficulties. Dani can't hear herself, and I'm in the studio trying to hear it. I'll have to go out there in a few minutes and talk to her and see what's going on. Try it again.
Okay, now I can
There
hear
you go.
There I go.
All right.
All right. And you know what? No one can blame me because I'm over here.
It's all your fault.
It's always my fault. But I'm sure that my biggest fan is listening, and he is taking notes. I can hear your keyboard going right now, my biggest fan. Hey.
So I talked to Marlo, and because of the opening not doing what it's supposed to do, and we tried to do it tonight, I'm not sure if they got the opening tonight. But she said that the disclaimer is so important that if we want to play it again after we're live, then feel free to go ahead and do that.
Woohoo! Hey.
The disclaimer is important because we want to make sure that the families know if the children are in the room, they need to go someplace else. The topics we discuss are not necessarily pornographic or anything like that, but they're just of an adult nature. Kids don't need to be scared
As
when we're
everyone
talking.
walks away because they're not.
Yeah.
Well, today is December 29th, Friday. It's the last Friday of the year. And David has got a great show lined up. But right now, we have Stephanie in the house learning the cameras. We have Marcus teaching her. And we have Marcus's wife, Alex, doing the phone. David is here, of course, as you heard. Miss Linda is here. We have Manuela, who's been here for about a month, from Germany. She's in the house. And we have Allison Mathis in the house also, criminal Defendrix. So David's got a great show. Nicole Hutchison Moore is going to be on the line, founder and CEO of the Rusty Diamond Network. Dr. Amite Dominick, president and founder at Texas Prisons Community Advocates. She's going to be on. And like I said, Allison Mathis, the criminal defense attorney, a.k.a. criminal Defendrix, will be on. And of course, Linda and I are here at your service. We have great information for you, especially the fact that TDC has updated their visitation policy courtesy of a little faux pas that happened at the Clemens unit. But we're going to get to that soon, real soon. But right now, we have Nicole on line 1. Hi, Nicole.
Well, good evening, guys. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys? Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Yes, happy holidays. And tonight is our last show of the year. So we know you're going to have some good information for us.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. And I apologize I wasn't able to join you guys for the Christmas show. I really wanted to join, and I literally fell asleep on the sofa. My husband didn't wake me up because we have just been in our last, end of year push. We do a big event at the end of the year called the Diamond Drive, and we collect from neighbors and friends and family and people and just all over, kind of grassroots clothing and toys and all kinds of neat stuff. And then we distribute those to Diamond's children that, they're incarcerated and their kids are here. And then also to Diamonds that have gotten out. We paid a bunch of bills for people, their electric bills and things like that. Things are so tight and crazy right now. So it was just a really exciting time, but it was just exhausting. So when that Friday rolled around, I didn't even wake up until 7 o'clock the next morning. So.
Oh, wow. Wow, you were tired.
Yeah, but it's such a blessing. We get to do such a neat thing because we're totally grassroots and, we're self-funded and we just have volunteers and, we're a network, right, for a reason. I mean, we're doing a ministry out here, but we network, and that's how this thing works is, every Diamond is paying it forward, and me being the original Diamond. And, this time of year is so hard. I think back when I was incarcerated, during Christmas time, and I didn't know what that was like, right, to be away from your family and, kids and just the sights, sounds, smells, everything that goes with it. And, my heart just goes out to everybody that's incarcerated and the strength that we draw within, while we're in that, kind of what seems like a really dark time. But I can tell you what I just witnessed the last month and kind of passing out and handing out all these gifts and doing the things we did is there's such beautiful glory on the other side of it. I mean, I saw Diamonds thriving, their kids growing, the excitement, people decorating their places. We drove all over within probably about a 200-mile radius of Dallas-Fort Worth. And, it's so great to see it on this side. And so I just say that to say there's hope. And look at me. I was facing quite a bit of time, and I made my first parole. And, here I am able to celebrate another year out here with my family, thank God. So I just wanted to kind of share that with everybody because it's unless you're with us or you kind of see what we've done, it's hard to just kind of capture and bottle that feeling. And it's just so good.
I imagine it's really exciting to watch that, too. We were watching a news segment about the Harris County Jail allowing the children in to see the women incarcerated, which is such a fantastic program. And what you're doing is incredible. Now, what do you call the men? You call the ladies Rusty Diamonds. What's
Rusty Nails.
Rusty Nails. I like that.
Yeah, and the logo is really cool. Actually, one of my guys created the logo from a tattoo that he's done. But, so we work with men, too. Mostly with the men, it's on a referral basis. Just because my experience, right, in my life is as a woman and kind of what I've done. And we're really focused on kind of a trauma-based work. And so that's something that I can relate to. But I'll tell you, the guys that I have worked with, and my husband's involved as well, so he'll, get to know them and mentor them as well. It's been so rewarding. We've got 3 guys right now that are incarcerated that we're working with, and being able to help them with their parole and things like that. It's just fantastic. I work a lot with the defense Lawyers Association. I actually was just down there speaking a couple of months ago, and parole is always there. So it's kind of ironic because, the chairman of parole, the parole board members, Tim McDonald, all of those guys are there. And, here I am myself on parole and speaking, in front of them. And I had one of my rusty nails there with me and introduced him to everybody. And the next thing you know, he's being invited to speak at the next event, and he's getting business cards, and he's creating a consulting. Yeah. So, I'm just so, God doesn't make any mistakes in who he puts in your path. So, we just kind of go wherever. We wake up every day not really kind of knowing. We kind of know, but we really don't. And we just lean in and say, okay, here's what we're doing today.
Yeah, story of my life, I can tell you that. So, an interesting thing you said that you made parole first time?
I did. I had a great parole lawyer, and also, I didn't have a previous background. They use a scoring system. I didn't know any of this stuff, right, until I got into this quote system here. But there's a scoring system that is used, and depending on where you fall in that scoring system and your packet goes to the IPO, it has a really big impact on that. Before they even, see you, meet you, look at your case file, there's just this number. So, of course, I scored the lowest possible, and it has to do with age, it has to do with priors, it has to do with, all the things you can imagine that go into it, the nature of the offense, all of that. But, yes, I made my first parole, but it's interesting. I had a new parole officer for the first time in probably a year and a half that I've switched. I've been really blessed there, and I work with parole quite a bit, obviously, and she had called me, and I had her number saved from working with another diamond. And long story short, she obviously was like, oh, I don't remember you, because now I'm on the other side, right? I'm not the peer support specialist, and I'm not Rusty Diamond. I'm her client. And she said, you have to call me to check in at 9 o'clock on Tuesday. And I said, well, I'm literally going to be speaking in a room full of people with parole and lawyers, and I'll be in a ballroom literally on a stage speaking. And she said, no, you need to call me. You can step out and call me. So the beauty was I'm sitting there giving this speech, and I look down at my watch, and I'm like, oh, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I got to go. And as a matter of fact, it's to call my parole officer. There was just like a gasp in the room. Everybody's like, are you kidding me right now? And afterwards, I had a couple of the parole guys come up to me, and they're like, who's your parole officer? I'm like, I'm too scared to tell you. but it doesn't matter. I've been out almost going into my 6th year, and you just once you're in, and you got to cooperate. You got to do what you got to do, and there's not really a runway there to improve or do better, other than kind of changing your supervision levels. It's really sad, and this is one of the bills that I really want to work on in this next session, in how we can change how we manage parole out here, because it's just, here's your number, here's your sentence, here's your parole, and that's it. But boy, you screw up, now that's a different story. But if you do good and even overachieve and do all of these other things, then doesn't matter. It has no bearing on what you're doing. And that's wrong. What other business do you know? Any business do you know that you do not get a performance review and you either go up or stay the same, or you go down and get fired, right? With parole, it's the same. We get fired, we can go down, but we can't go up. There's no benchmark there. There's no goal line there. So that's definitely got to change. But it was kind of bittersweet. And I got to say, of course, in my head, a little bit of me was like snarky, like, ha. Now everybody gets to hear and see in real time what we go through. And that's just a, drop in the bucket of the things we have to do with parole. But at any event, it was interesting that it happened to be that exact time. To my point, God makes no mistake in the timing, that's for sure.
Well, Nicole, how can people get in touch with you?
So I'll start with social media. If you're out here, you can reach me on Twitter at Prison Diamond. We also have a Facebook page there, and you can direct message me on any of those. We also have a website, rustydiamond.org. And then you can write me. So, guys, if you guys want to write me from inside, it's Rusty Diamond Network, 7801 7801 Alma, that's ALMA Drive, number 74, and that's Plano, Texas, 75020.
Oh, she got cut off. Boy, y'all are really quick on the draw there, huh? Again, we were in here. It wasn't Stephanie, wasn't
It wasn't your fault.
No.
No, Alex gonna have to take that one. No, we just talked about that situation. If you have someone on the radio and they're not locked, and then you go to drop somebody off of a caller, it drops everybody. So yeah. So, but if we lock them, then we get to beep beep beep, and it's a pain in our butts.
Beep beep beep. So if you want Nicole's address, you've got it all except for the zip code, and we can definitely get that.
What was the name of the town?
Plano, Texas.
Oh, you know what kind of people are in Plano? Plano people.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that. All right, now let's skip on over to Dr. Dominick on line 2.
Looks like the zip code is probably 75075.
Oh, she said 7502 blah.
Well, the
Blah, 7801 Alma Drive. All right, Dr. Dominick, how are you this evening?
Thank you for calling the Prison Show.
I'm doing all right this evening. Looking forward to a new year.
Yeah, we all are getting ready for that, the new session.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's one of our, regular session is, that's done with for another year, but we're definitely getting ready for interim session.
Yes.
Trying to get some charges out there to have our legislators take a more in-depth look at some of the things that are going on behind those walls. So that is definitely something we're preparing for. And, of course, always getting ready for the next session, right? Because it's always right around the corner.
Yeah, and we got to prepare.
Oh, yeah. And that's what we've really been doing a lot of right now. We really had to do a lot of regrouping this year, getting, volunteers up to speed so that we can get the folks in the inside and those family members the right kind of answers for their questions and the right kind of assistance. So that's really been our major focus. And, of course, getting ready for events. At TPCA, we're big on connecting with the public and bringing public awareness and amplifying the voices of the folks that are behind those walls, and also amplifying the voices of the family members that are impacted by mass incarceration. So, of course, we're getting ready for those events, those 85 to Stay Alive events coming this summer. And I already start looking at the climate changes and what are we getting following summer. So those are definitely things that we're focusing in. We're concentrating on getting in some more volunteers and training them so they can really help with more of the letter and the things we're focusing on. And then also, of course, the Sunset Commission review. That is still going on. And so we had a meeting with them last week. And one of the things I wanted to share with folks is they decided to extend the deadline for confidential responses. Now, that's kind of a moving deadline. At first, I had been putting out announcements. Folks get those letters in, get them in by February 1st. And one of the things that we communicated to them was, hey, the folks in the inside, their mail's delayed right now with all the new policy changes that have been happening. So we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to get their mail into the Sunset Commission. And one of the things that they were really, really clear about when we were present was they want to hear the recommendations. They don't just want to hear the complaints. Of course, they need to know the complaints, right? They need to know exactly what's happening, but they're really interested in what do you recommend? And of course, Captain Obvious over here says, just put air conditioning in all your units. Let's start there. That's going to be a good starting place. That's, it's just going to get rid of a lot of your problems just getting that done. Probably help with some of that staff retention and a lot of the other things that go down because of the current situation. So, of course, starting there. And then, of course, one of our members chimed in and said, here's a good idea. Maybe close a few of those prisons down. We've got 9 units over 100 years old. Do we really need to keep incarcerating so many people? And maybe we need to look at some other alternatives for incarceration, some other things that they could possibly do. So those are some of the things we definitely brought up to them. We're definitely talking to them about that. I want to mention the MRAS program. That's one of the things on our agenda that we're focusing a bit more on, that and medical needs. So I'm going to say, for the folks inside and our family members outside, if you're looking at the MRS program, you're looking at some kind of compassionate release, reach out to us. There's a lot of restrictions. And I was just looking at a few letters a few minutes ago, and folks were asking, can you help me with that situation? Unfortunately, there's a lot of convictions, right, that don't allow people to participate in compassionate release. And I think that's the biggest issue. And of course, there's several other nuances and problems with that situation, but that's something we really want to focus a bit more on, just trying to help those folks that are terminal. We believe that, people, if they're going to pass away, they should be doing it outside the prison with their family members. So that's one of the things that we're also going to try and push for interim charges. The heat is always going to happen, always push that. But that's, and the medical issue. So I want to remind people too, that not only is TDCJ under sunset review, but correctional managed care is under review as well. And we've been hearing medical problems in spades over the last year or so. And so just saying, reach out to them and let them know what that situation is so that people can get improvements in their treatment. And I want to mention an address for the Sunset Advisory Commission. For folks on the inside, you can send your letters to the Sunset Advisory Commission, P.O. Box 13066, Austin, Texas 78711. Once again, that is the Sunset Advisory Commission, P.O. Box 13066, Austin, Texas 78711. And of course, if folks want to reach out to us, they can reach us at Texas Prisons Community Advocates at P.O. Box 1974, Fulton, Texas 78358. That's P.O. Box 1974, Fulton, Texas 78358. And for the folks on the outside, you can get a hold of us on our website. We're all over social media. So you can, our Facebook groups, that's another option that you can reach out to us that way. So those are a couple of different ways that you can definitely reach out to us. Also, we're gearing up and getting ready to send in cooling towels again. I don't want to start too late. I was looking at our numbers, and this makes me really happy. Through the people who've donated, since we've started the cooling project, we have sent in over 4,000 cooling towels to indigent incarcerated folks. So, and if you're getting those cooling towels, we want you to write us and let us know that you were one of the people who benefited from that, because we send them into TDCJ. TDCJ passes them out, and it's always encouraging for us when I hear from people who say we got those, or even if some of our formerly incarcerated people, when they get out, they're saying, yeah, I was one of the people who benefited from getting one of those cooling towels. Some have become volunteers with us now, which I think is just really awesome to, just be able to help wherever we possibly can.
Wow, 4,000 towels? 4,000?
Yeah, since we started. Mm-hmm.
That is incredible. And that's since you started. But how long ago did you start?
We started late 2022.
Wow, that's incredible. That really is. And how can they donate by logging on to the Facebook group, correct?
Actually, they donate by going into our website. So if they go to our website, under our 85 to Stay Alive campaign. There's a link there to just donate the cooling towels that way. So that's the easiest way. Of course, we put it out on our Facebook group. We put the link out there on our Facebook group so people can see it and they know where to find it. We put it out on our other social media platforms so they can see it and know where to find the website link. But ultimately, that's where they're heading to be able to assist in donating those. And, it's a new year coming, and of course we want to be excited about the New Year's, but I'm always looking at what's the summer going to be like, right? So I'm looking, and it's looking like it's going to be hot, and I don't want to wait. I'm come the first week of January, that link goes live for the new year.
Awesome. Well, we thank you, Dr. Dominick. I always look forward to your posts, and of course, I donate to. Got to help with those cooling towels because it was really hot last year, so I can only imagine what it's going to be like this coming year. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to you being on again in a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, Happy New Year's to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Take care. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. Now we have Allison Mathis. She is a criminal defense attorney, a.k.a., I'm going to keep saying this, criminal defendrix. I love that. I love it. Freaking love it. So what do you have this evening?
So I came to talk about parole. And I'm not really talking about parole revocations. I wanted to talk more about maybe some tips on how to get parole if you are currently in TDC. And I think we're all still mourning the death of the late Bill Hayburn, the TDC parole guru. But
absolutely, we all are. Yeah.
Yeah. There are some really great parole attorneys out there. But if you can't afford one, which I think, if you've been in prison for a while, it's hard to afford an attorney, right?
And more than likely your family can't either.
Right. So I think there are some things that people can do to increase their chances of making parole. And I wanted to talk a little bit about those things. And so the first thing that I wanted to talk about was a little bit more about post-conviction options,
okay.
Right? So let's say that you've been convicted and you've gone to prison and your appeal is exhausted, or maybe you pled guilty and so you didn't have an appeal. So kind of where are your options? And I get a lot of calls from people saying, okay, well, I'm ready to file a writ, and so I want to hire a lawyer to file a writ for me. Can you do that for me, Allison? And I'm going to tell you something. I've talked so many people out of filing writs or out of paying a lawyer to file a writ because I think there are some really fantastic writ lawyers out there, and I think we've seen some really fantastic results on a very select few writs. But for most people, in most cases, they're not going to get relief, and it's going to be really, really, really expensive. And I don't want somebody's grandmother to take out a second mortgage on her house on a writ that I can already tell is just not going to work. So I don't like to be discouraging, but I also don't want people to feel like I picked their pockets, right?
Absolutely. And I know a few people who, have been in prison 25 years and they haven't filed anything yet.
Well, and so that's the other thing, is that there's a doctrine in the law called latches. And what that doctrine says is basically you shouldn't sleep on your rights. And so if you had this terrible thing happen to you, if your attorney was really ineffective and you deserved this writ relief, why did you wait so long? Because it's not fair to the other parties, right? It's not fair to the government. It's not fair to the prosecutors for them to have to go back through this really old conviction now. If you could have brought it up earlier and maybe the witnesses would have still been alive, maybe the evidence would have still been fresher. So the Court of Criminal Appeals pours out a lot of writ cases based on this doctrine of latches. So that's the other thing. If you've been sitting in there a while thinking, well, I've only got this one shot to shoot on this writ and I'm going to save it until I can afford a really good attorney, you you may have already missed your chance, right? And so I think that's really disappointing for a lot of people to hear, and nobody wants to give up on their loved one's case. But I think that there are other options that are more likely to get you relief faster than a writ. And so the other call I get a lot is, hey, what about a motion for time cut? Can you do a motion for time cut? And the answer to that is no. And I think that a motion for time cut is kind of this weird TDC urban legend, right? That kind of circles around. Yeah. And so that's not really a thing. And I think that any attorney who tells you that it's a thing that they can file, I would run the other way. And there is a thing called a commutation of sentence. But to even have the parole board hear a commutation, for them to even consider it, they have to have the approval of the majority of the officials who sat at your trial. So the prosecutor, the judge, the sheriff need to agree that your sentence was too high. What do you think the chances are of that? And if you go to the Harris County Sheriff's Office website and look up commutation, if you click the little find and you look up commutation of sentence, they have a little website page on there that says, we will not agree to sentence commutation requests. We won't actually respond to them. So, I would probably not. And the other thing is, even if the Board of Pardons and Paroles says, yeah, we think that you should get a commutation, the person who ultimately decides whether or not you get it is Governor Abbott. So that kind of leads me into this other avenue of relief that people think, which is a pardon. And so that's also decided by Governor Abbott. I've actually filed one pardon, and the Board of Pardons and Paroles actually recommended that Governor Abbott grant relief on that pardon, and guess what? He didn't.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, the governor traditionally in Texas grants pardons a couple of days before Christmas, and his list just came out this year. He granted three.
I saw
That's
that.
right. It was for a misdemeanor theft from 1990, a possession of marijuana from 2010, which was also a misdemeanor, and a theft from 1978. So if you're sitting in TDC thinking, oh gosh, I wonder if I can apply for a pardon for my case, you can, but I'm guessing you're probably going to be flushing your money down the toilet, right? So like I said, I don't want to be discouraging, but I also want people to not be swindled by attorneys or paralegals who will take their money for things that are very unlikely to work. So what is likely to work, right? And I think when I first started practicing, a parole attorney that I worked with a lot said parole is the back door out of prison. And I think in Texas especially, that's absolutely true. We have this parole calculation system where the eligibility date is really pretty early compared to a lot of other states. So that's the trick, though, is your eligibility happens early, but getting voted for release that's the tricky part. So when I have a client that gets sentenced to prison time, I have a packet that I give them of instructions and kind of suggestions about how I think that they can increase their likelihood of getting voted up for parole. And I'm glad to send anybody who wants to shoot me an email. I'm glad to send that to their family members electronically. Or if you want to write my office, I'll send out as many as I can.
Right.
But my office address is 4801 Woodway Drive, Suite 300 West, Houston, Texas, 77056. And my email address is Allison, Allison, at defended, DEFENDED.me. Or you can find me on Facebook. But a couple of things that I wanted to talk about things that can really help, I think, when you're talking to the parole board about your first release are, I think it's really obvious to say, try to stay out of trouble, right? Try not to get write-ups. And that's easier said than done sometimes, especially when you first go in, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's really not your fault. And I think there's an inclination for people to be like, look, this wasn't my fault. And sometimes I think that's all right, right? And I also think that if you've been written up for contraband, it's important for you to distinguish when you're talking to the parole board, hey, look, this wasn't fentanyl. This wasn't, sheets of stamps soaked in fentanyl. This was too much toothpaste, right?
Right. There's a difference.
Right. And so, I think that the parole board has this information, but I think it's important for you to highlight it. And I think the other thing is when you have those kind of disciplinary infractions, it's a really good idea for you to talk to the parole board about what you kind of learned from that and why it didn't happen again, right? So even if maybe the situation was that you were being bullied and attacked by other inmates when you first got to prison, and that's why you ended up with a write-up and it wasn't fair, I want you to emphasize what you learned from that, which was I learned that I needed to really keep to myself and I needed to focus on my classes. And I think it's okay for you to say, I was being targeted and I felt like I had to defend myself, but I've also learned from that experience about how to adjust institutionally. And institutional adjustment is one of the things that the board is looking for, right? And so I think that's one of the really positive things I would tell people to do. Another thing I would tell people to do is so I almost wanted to call this session like tips and tricks, but I don't want parole to be a trick, right? I don't want the things that you talk about to the parole board to be a trick. I want you to have a really good plan for when you come out, right? Because you're going to need it, because conditions of parole are not super easy, right? I mean, when you just got out of prison and you're in a job, and you have to say, hey, I need to take a couple of hours off because I have to go meet with my parole parole officer. That's not easy, right?
Right.
And it can be embarrassing and it's difficult. So I think that we really need to focus on what kind of life you're going to build when you get out. And the more documentation you have of that you can show, where it's not just your dreams, right? There's a difference between your dreams and your plans. And so I want you to show the board what your plans are. And if that's a letter from one of your friends who owns a small company on their company letterhead that says that they're going to be able to give you a job and what that job is going to be, and that they're going to be understanding of your parole obligations, that's awesome. One of the other things that I think it's important to think about is I want you to think about how someone who's skeptical of you would look at what your plans are. And by that, I mean, I get a lot of people who say things like, here's the reason I need to get out on parole. I need to take care of my kids. I think that's probably absolutely true. But if you're in prison right now for assault, family violence, you need to think about how you're going to say that, right? And so maybe the way that you say that is, I've learned a lot of things since I've been in prison. I care very much about my children, and I know that there's still work that I need to do to be able to be a positive influence in their life. I can't do that from prison, right? So maybe the solution isn't for me to go home and go right back into that home environment. Maybe the solution is for me to live with my mom for a while I still get on my feet, while I take the parenting classes that I think are important, and while I, get a job and reacclimate to society. I think it's one of the other things I hear a lot is people who are in the United States illegally, and then they get picked up and they get sentenced to TDC time, and they make part of their parole plan that they're going to live back in the United States. That's a federal offense, right? So I want you to think when you're putting together your parole plan, what is a critical person, a person who's not on my side, going to think about this, and try to make it bulletproof. So one of the other things I think that it is good to talk about is some of your medical issues. And I think that even if you have some minor medical issues like hypertension or depression, those things can be things that are exacerbated by the conditions in TDC, right? And so I think it's important if you have mental health issues to talk about how you've been compliant on your medication while you've been in TDC and what your plan is to stay on your medication when you get out. But if you have things like diabetes, it's really hard to control diabetes in TDC. And one of the things that I try to kind of play to when I'm talking to the parole board is that this is going to be a liability for the prison, right? If you keep this guy in here and he has uncontrolled diabetes and he doesn't have access to fresh food and he doesn't have access to the things that he needs to control his diabetes, you're going to have to pay for an amputation. You're going to have to pay for, serious,
It's expensive.
continuing medical conditions. So I think those are the kind of things that you can sort of spin out a little bit and make into like what does my long term look like? So I know I'm running out of time, but if anybody's interested, I'm glad to send you my suggestion packet that has some outlines for what I think some good support letters look like, what a good letter from you to the board should look like, and what your parole plan should look like.
And we will be happy to get that to you also. If you write to the prison show, that's not going to be a problem. But repeat your address, just in case.
It's 4801 Woodway Drive, Suite 300 West, Houston, Texas, 77056. And my email address is Allison, Allison, at defended.me.
All right. Thank you, Allison. I hope you come back soon, because we like this kind of information. I was all like watching her. I'm like, yeah, this is the kind of information that I like and we need.
Well, I love you guys, and my heart is with the people who are stuck in TDC this holiday.
Yeah. I know it's been rough. Hot summer, very hot summer, and now, the holidays. It's really been, yeah. But we thank you. And we hope to see you again really, really soon.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
All right. Now, it's time for Guess Who? The Death Row Angels. Before we start, I wanted to bring up an article. A lot of you, not just Death Row, but also general population, was prosecuted by Miss Sickler. Kelly. We all love her. There was a very good article that came out about Jeff Preble, and I have shared it. I have been tagging everyone and their mother with it. And we have that article, but it's called Secrets and Liars: What Happened When a Star Prosecutor Was Accused of Running Jailhouse Snitch Scheme. Now, we all know that she probably did it to more than one person. We all know this. So, if you would like that article, just hit us up, me or Linda or the Prison Show. We'll get it to you. We'd love to. I would love to. Now, good evening, everyone on Texas Death Row and everyone else listening, because I know my biggest fan is listening. Right? Right.
I don't know. He didn't write me this week.
What?
No.
Oh my God! Well, it was Christmas. Maybe maybe he took the day off.
Maybe.
Okay. In the year of 2023, the United States executed 24 people, with 8 men from the state of Texas: Robert Frada, Wesley Ruiz, John Ballantyne, Gary Green, Arthur Brown, Jedediah Murphy, Brent Brewer, and David Renteria. I'm French. I can't do that. Okay. They were all executed by the state of Texas. Texas handed down 4 death sentences this year. Robert Satterfield, Cedric Marks, and Facundo Chavez were given new death sentences, and Daryl Wheatfall was resentenced to death. We lost Hank Skinner due to natural causes, according to TDCJ, and Terrence Andrus took his own life. Joseph Jean, U.S. Colonel Petitan, Stephen Long, and Saeed Rabbani had their sentences reduced. Will Spear received a stay from the CCA. Andre Thomas, Annabelle Canales, and Ivan Cantu had their dates withdrawn. Joseph Colon and Clinton Young had their convictions overturned in state habeas proceedings, but are still under indictment and awaiting new trials. But actually, Joseph Colon, I found out, signed for a 30-year sentence. And he, I think, comes up for parole in about a year or a year and a half, something like that. From the TCADP year-end report, the state of Texas has executed 586 people since 1982. To put things in perspective, 279 occurred during the administration of Rick Perry. However, now there is a new organization, Texas Conservatives Concerned About the Death Penalty, launched in September 2023. About time. Let's see what changes they can do. And I wonder if Governor Abbott is a member. I doubt it. Right now, Texas has one scheduled execution. I know James Harris has an execution date, but we do not believe that that is a formal, well, he's not, he hasn't had all of his appeals yet. So now is the time to call the governor's office at 512-463-2000 or 512-463-1782. Tell him to join the Texas Conservatives Concerned About the Death Penalty. Tell him to put a halt to executions in Texas and start calling those DAs. So if you oppose the death penalty and you haven't been doing your part, start. Differences do not matter when you are standing with others protesting injustice. Like I said, Ivan can too. He has an execution date of February 28th. His podcast is Cousins by Blood. It's a wonderful podcast. Join it. Now, as my friend Moy says, here's the news you can use. And if you would like a copy of any of these filings, of your filing, please let Linda and I know. Stephen Nelson, on December 13th, you were docketed at the Supreme Court and your petition was filed on December 11th. This is coming out of the Fifth Circuit. James Broadnax, on December 13th, the Supreme Court set you for conference on January 5th, coming out of the CCA. Dylan Compton, on December 14th, the Supreme Court set you for conference on January 5th, coming out of the CCA. Aurelie Escobar, on December 19th, you were docketed at the Supreme Court, coming out of the CCA, and I have an email to you on the concerns that you emailed me about. Courtney Robinson, on December 7th, Judge Schroeder denied your post-petition motion requesting discover. Then on December 21st, you filed a motion for reconsideration, and this was all at the district court. Micah Brown, on December 11th, an opposed motion with brief in support of a COA was filed at the Fifth Circuit. Irving Davis, on December 13th, the state filed an opposition to your motion to amend judgment at the district court. Bartholomew Granger, on December 15th, Judge Marcia Crone denied your motion to alter judgment. She's such a lovely woman. She always denies everything. A COA is denied, and all motions not previously ruled upon are denied at the district court. Robert Will, you filed your reply to answer the state in reference to your second amended petition at the district court. Cedric Ricks, on December 19th, you were docketed at the Fifth Circuit, and Amos Wells, on December 21st, the state filed a response to your motion to alter judgment at the district court. And Rodney Reed, on December 22nd, you filed a motion to reopen your case and motion for discovery at the district court. You were also reassigned to Judge Pittman, and now we have Linda.
Okay. Okay, I've got a list of executions that happened
in memory
of. Number 337, James Porter, January 4th, 2005. Number 86, Jesse Jacobs, January 4th, 1995. Number 165, John Moody, January 5th, 1999. Number 314, Yanobi Matthews, January 6, 2004. Number 448, Kenneth Mosley, January 7th, 2010. Number 27, Robert Streetman, January 7th, 1988. Number 240, Jack Clark, January 9th, 2001. Number 257, Michael Moore, January 9th, 2002. Number 380, Carlos Granados. January 10th, 2007. Number 315, Christopher Wilkins. January, I don't know what that's, 2017. Number 579, Robert Frada. January 2023. Number 449, Gary Johnson. January 12th, 2010. Number 166, Troy Ferris. January 3rd, 1999. Number 200, Earl Heibowitz Jr. January 12th, 2000. Number 290, Samuel Gallimore. January 14th, 2003. Number 345, Kenneth Bruce. January 14th, 2004. And number 424, Curtis Moore. January 14th, 2009.
There was a lot
Yes.
for January.
It was. I'm having trouble reading Manuel's writing. Okay, and then I've got birthdays. Willie Washington, January 12th. William Mason, January 30th. Darlie Routier, January 4th. Brittany Hellberg, January 1st. Larry Estrada, January 13th. Luis Perez, January 8th. Anthony Haynes, January 22nd. Moses Mendoza, January 26th. Franklin Davis, January 17th. Gary Green, January 13th. And I have a poem by Ronan Wolfe called Dreaming. I wonder how life would be if I'd taken the time to listen and instill inside my heart the lessons I was discipled. Would I be totally worldly famous with my name among the stars, watching the sunset from my villa instead of sunrise from my bars? Fortune 500 CEO with interviews lined up for days. Would my family now live in comfort if I disciplined my ways? Free minds fervently encouraged not to perceive that is too late. Past choices do not define me. Future choices define my fate. Yeah, it's hard for a man now 50. Old dogs don't like new tricks. We hold equanimity for the carrot and indifference for the stick. Still, I'll arrive to build the habit and take life's punches on the chin and show others it can be done to find our discipline.
That was beautiful.
Yes, it was. Thanks, Ronan.
All right, like I was saying, we do have an article, and this is for anyone prosecuted by Kelly. She has two shows, Cold Justice and her new one, Prosecuting Evil. If possible, we could all tag her and all the producers in the show. Well, this is coming from a personal opinion, not from the opinion of the prison show.
Is that the one that you posted earlier today? On the prison show page and on the Death Row Angel page?
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah? Well, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Good.
I mean, I haven't watched the show, but I mean, I'm sure you have.
Oh, I've watched it, yeah. And I'm just saying this particular article shows what kind of prosecutor she was and can be still if she chooses to. But I was on my Twitter, my personal my personal X, whatever. I was tagging them and the producers, and I will continue to do it. The article is basically about, it's not basically, it's about Jeff Pribble. But it also mentions a few other death penalty cases, but other people have been prosecuted by her. She's, these are easy ways to get their attention, and other people who view her page or view her X account or view anything, they can see this information about Jeff and about anyone prosecuted by her, so they can see her tricks. As Allison was saying, her tricks and what she did.
But she's got dirty tricks, though, right?
She does have dirty tricks.
I thought you was trying to call her a twit instead of talking about Twitter.
No, yeah, okay. Well, I'll call her a twit. I don't care. Twit. She is a twit.
I couldn't resist.
And everyone, we're going to have the new visitation procedure update according to TDCJ, but one little tidbit of information. If you wear a sweater, coat, or anything into visitation, be prepared to keep it on the entire visit. That's the way it will be. And, sometimes they have the heat blaring, blasting full blast, and you have to keep it on because of the unfortunate thing that happened. So just be prepared for that. And I think
The bowling thing.
Oh, the bowling thing.
Yes.
Oh, well, we were going to mention that, but I can mention it several times. There will be a bowling event next Saturday. Stephanie is doing a free bowling January 6th from 4 to 6. She rented out the Livingston bowling at the what?
Go-Key Bowling Alley.
Go-Key. What kind of bowling alley is it?
It's the name of the bowling alley. It's called Go-Key Bowling Alley.
Go-Key Bowling Alley in Livingston. She rented it out from 4 to 6, and this is free. Bring your family for some free family fun. But you need to RSVP. We will have that on our website where you need to RSVP. And we'll mention it again just in case you didn't have your little pen and paper.
She want to mention it now that her mic's on instead of sounding like she's in the deep, dark room somewhere.
Yeah. Hello.
I had mentioned it, so anyway, it's just for anyone who is willing to drive out to the bowling alley there in Livingston, Texas, you're welcome to come. We'll have food and drinks. It's totally free. We'll have goodie bags for the kids, and you can sign up on the website. It's www.death2lifeprisonministries.org, and it's going to be a number 2 for the 2. And it doesn't ask much. It's just going to want to know your name and how many kids and how many adults, so we can have enough food and goodie bags for everyone.
Awesome. And how many margaritas that Dani wants. All right, David.
I guess it's break song time.
It is.
Incarcerated my body, never my mind. The prison life sentence was the court's decision for all of my past crimes. Pain and violence that I have caused, judgment is my soul will burn. Childhood full of loss and hate is all that I've learned. Sadness is great, I can't say that I was warned. My daddy was killed in prison on the day I was born. Poor man in jail with a drug violation, rich man with cocaine eyes. Living in an inmate world of fear and lies. Behind prison walls, inmates kicked like dogs, always ready for a fight. Nice to feel important, more important to survive. Sentence to live in a 6-by-8 cell, the stench of death is what the inmates smell. Nice to feel important, more important to survive. Behind prison walls. What about the homeless child? Look what they have lost. Prison and welfare lines are just a fragment of the cost. Juvenile probation, whisper stench of death is what the inmates smell. Nice to feel important, more important to survive. Behind prison walls, my eyes are my cameras. Behind prison walls, my words are my shanks. Behind prison walls, my fists are my gun towers in this pipeline to prison game. Behind prison walls, inmates escapes like dogs, always ready for a fight. Nice to feel important, more important.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right, now I'm on. So, we're going to get to the calls, but do you have a soup that smells like cat urine? I know several units have had the issue. I know one in particular at Polunsky. Mr. DeVoe has sent out some soup for me to sniff for myself, but they're not open. And thank you for the thought, Mr. DeVoe. However, but I do know that several units have, some of the men have been getting sick from the, low sodium chicken flavor. So,
And Paul, if you said one of these was open, neither one of these are open, so they must have replaced them. Put us new ones in there.
yeah, neither one of them are open.
Neither one are opened.
But
No.
I did get the soups, and I did get your paperwork. I refuse to sniff anything, however. And now we will get to the calls. We have Hope on line 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Hope.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, go ahead. You're on the air.
I would like to give a shout out to my son Albert. I love him. I miss him, and keep going strong. God loves him.
Okay, what unit is he on?
He's at North Sharon Unit.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Hope. We appreciate it, and I know he will, and I hope you call back next week.
When will he get the call?
You're on the air right now.
Oh, okay. I love you, puppy. I love you, son. Bye. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Daddy.
Oh,
Bye,
you're awesome.
darling. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And now we have Julie on line 2. Hey, Julie.
Yes, I want to hello, how you doing?
Doing fabulous. How are you?
Doing good.
Go ahead with
I
your
was gonna
shout
give
out.
Yes, I would give a shout out to Tommy Ray Tig. I wanted to let him know that I love him so very much, and I miss him, and I just wanted to let him know I love him, and I've been thinking about him all day, and I just hope he comes home soon. So, just been hanging around the house and just trying to figure out some things and just trying to figure everything out, and just trying to figure everything out for us, for what I need to do to write the parole board and stuff like that. And I just think about him a whole lot. So I miss him. I love you. I'll talk to you soon, and hope you'll be home soon. Okay. Love you, baby. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome. I really appreciate you for airing this. I think it's awesome.
Well, thank you, and we keep the program going with people like you calling in, so call back next week.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now we have Clarence on line 3. Hi, Clarence.
How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I thought it's the hardest part of the time doing the holidays. I want to let everybody know that I haven't forgot y'all, man. Think about you every day. But I want you to know I'm praying for everybody there. Y'all take care, look after each other, and help each other out. And I'm trying to still striving with them after. God to take care of everything. Oh, Mike, all y'all at the station tonight, y'all take care. Looking for y'all too. Carol, I know you're out there somewhere. Give me a call when you get a chance. Thank you.
Thank you, Clarence.
Oh, I'm on vacation too. In Corpus Christi.
Oh, well, good. You have fun over there.
I'm going back home next week.
Okay, well, you be careful.
Yeah.
All right, now we have Captain Tom.
Okay, this is Captain Tom. I'm doing my shout-outs to all my incarcerated veterans. I want to wish everybody, all my incarcerated veterans, a happy new year. And I hope that everybody is well and okay. I also want to point out that our ongoing deal with people who are veterans who are depressed, to dial 988 and press 1. You can also continue to donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call and press 1. That is the suicide hotline. And also, I want to wish everybody in the studio a happy new year. Going out tonight, have dinner with my family. So y'all be careful and have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you, Captain Tom.
Now we have Carmela on line 4.
Good evening. I want to wish the staff and crew a happy new year and be safe and stay warm. I'd like to say hi to 2 guys. The first one is Marcus Mullins. He's in Montgomery County Jail. Just want to say hi and thinking of you at this time of year. Just stay strong and keep positive thoughts that the new year will bring better choices. And I just want to let you know that we love you. Just take care and have as best a happy new year as you can. And then I'd like to say hi to Bradley Leland Aiken. I guess he's still in Dallas County Jail. I don't know, but wherever you are in the TVCJ system, I just want to let you know that you are loved, and I hope you had a good Christmas, and I hope you're staying strong, and you have a warm, safe, happy New Year Eve. And I hope the new year brings good results for you. I just wanted also to tell Marcus and Bradley to please stay warm. It's going to be cold tonight. Just want to let you know that I love you, Bradley, and I'm thinking of you. I'm sorry I missed last week. I guess I fell asleep. But just wanted to say hi and wish you a happy, blessed New Year. Stay safe and stay strong. Thank you, Prison Show, for all you do, and I hope everybody on staff has a safe, blessed New Year's Eve and a blessed New Year's, and you guys stay warm and traveling grace home. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmela.
You're welcome.
All right. Now, let's get to Paula. Hey, Paula.
Good afternoon. How are y'all?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Okay, well, we're almost at the end. I want to tell Bobby Woods he is now at the bird unit. He told me he has 5 days and a wake-up call, and he's out the door with me.
Woohoo!
Ooh, I know that's right. After 21 years, he's ready to come home. But I want to tell him I love him so much, and we just got a short time to go, just a little bit, and we'll be there. And thank y'all for everything.
Well, congratulations to you both,
Yes.
and I can't wait to hear what life has in store for him.
I'll kick him in the butt if it's anything different than
yeah. That's what I like to hear. Yeah.
And I want to tell his son, Bobby Jr., up there in Pulaski unit that his dad loves him and he'll be getting out. And as soon as he gets the phone and gets his number on his books, Junior will be able to call him. So, and thank y'all for everything y'all do. We appreciate our and I can fire that lady that says you got 1 minute.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't like her. Well, now y'all can call for his son, and we can finally get to hear from him.
Yes, you can do that too. I'll make sure I put your number on his phone. Now, I didn't think of that, but I'll put the number on. I've got his cell phone ready to go. I will add your number to it.
Well, great, Paula. Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to him, too.
All right. Well, y'all have a blessed weekend and stay safe, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And I think
Eva Maria.
Hello. This is a sound message for Rodolfo Alvarez Medrano and his friends from Group Recreation Section, for Paul, Robert, Stephen, Joe, Big All, T. Garvin, Big White, Hut Hut, Spook, B, Lil Will, Tim, and all your friends and fellow inmates and staff in Texas prisons. I would like to do something very embarrassing. I would like to sing a Christmas song for you. And if you hate Christmas songs, just switch up for the next 3 minutes. I don't think I've got a great voice, but I think singing is not about perfection. Singing is about enjoying oneself, about praise, about community, about hope, about connectedness. And that's what I like to share with you. If you like to, feel free to sing along or hum along or whatever. I'm going to sing Go Tell It on the Mountain for you. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept a watching over silent flocks by night, throughout behold the heavens, there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Down in a lowly manger, our humble Christ was born, and God sent us salvation that blessed Christmas morn. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. When I was a seeker, I sought both night and day. I asked the Lord to help me, and he showed me the way. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Oh, I forgot. In Germany, we sing Christmas carols until January the 6th. And I wish you a happy new year. God bless you all. Bye.
All right. Now, Miss Shirley.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Doing good, Miss Shirley. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. Did y'all have a nice Christmas?
We sure did. What about you?
Yeah, I did. I'm calling to give Blaine a shout out. And all of his buddies over there that he ain't gave me their names yet again. But they know who I'm talking about.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Blaine, I just want to tell you how much we all love you here. And we all miss you. And just keep your head up. Keep prayers going. And as I do, I pray for all of us. So I love you. Many hugs and kisses. And hi, everybody in there. I'll get your name straight one day. And I want to tell all of y'all on the prison show, I love everything that all of y'all do. But I had a request to tell you, Dani.
Oh, God.
That how much I appreciate what you've been doing for Blaine.
Well,
I can appreciate it even more. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Miss Shirley. And of course, I will do anything I can to help him.
You just don't know how much it means to me. So I appreciate it very much.
Well, thank you, Miss Shirley.
And I want all of y'all to have a great New Year's Eve. Nope. Happy New Year's and nobody out there driving and drinking. Please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I hope you have a great New Year's.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Shirley. And real quick, I had a message for someone at the Estelle unit, one Renee Garcia. I got called a Cajun critter. But she's like, hey, Cajun critter. Can you tell her love, she said my love, that I love and miss him to the moon and back. So, Renee Garcia, someone loves and misses you to the moon and back. All right. Now we have Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Bethel Garza and Plonsky. Hey, Boo. How are you? I hope that you're in good health and spirits and that there is a smile on your handsome face. Please know that I really appreciate everything that you're doing for me, and know also that I'm always going to be there for you too. So, yeah, I'm here with Daytona. She is having a snooze. I don't know if you can hear her snoring, but yeah, she is snoring beside me. Other than that, yeah, pretty much the same. Yeah, so I'm just chilling out at the moment. And yeah, so please, I also sent you JPay today, or I should say an email. And yeah, please know that I'm sending you big hugs and kisses and good night and sweet dreams. And to everybody at the Prison Show, a big, big thank you for making this happen. This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Plunski. Hey Boo, how are you? I hope that there's a smile on your handsome face and that you're in good health and spirits. I want to wish you Happy New Year, and I hope that this is a year that all your dreams will come true. At the moment, I'm at home. I'm here with Daytona. I have a bit of a cold, so yeah, I'm just gonna chill. I was going to go to Buddy today, but I said no, I'm just going to stay at home and do nothing and try and just kind of get rid of this cold. Other than that, yeah, everything is okay. I've no plans for today. And yeah, other than that, yeah, hopefully I get up to Buddy tomorrow. And yeah, so please know that you're my heart, thoughts and prayers, and that I'm sending you big hugs and kisses. And to everybody at the Prison Show, a big, big thank you for making this happen, and wishing you all a Happy New Year. Okay? Bye.
Now we have Anjanette on line 1.
Hi.
Hey, Anjanette, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fabulous. Fabulous.
Good. Are you guys nice and warm? So cold outside.
It is. We're warm for right now.
Yeah, for right now. But the moment you step outside, it's so cold. I can't stand it. Well, you guys know I am calling in to give a shout out to my baby. Baby, I love you. I love you so much, baby. And thank you for being so patient with me. I'm like crazy town. So thank you. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow, and so that we can sing and dance, and then maybe Dani can pass by and we can dance with Dani.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
I see you dancing. I was like, "Go, Dani." Go. See, now I see the pole moves right there.
Oh yeah, yeah, baby, the pole. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I know.
I love it.
But I know it's so comical. Sorry, not at your expense though. It's not at your expense, Dani. It's just funny that.
No, it is at my expense. Hell yeah.
Yeah, true, right?
But it's funny.
It really is funny. It is. But I'll see you tomorrow, my love. I just got home, and I'm going to put some things away, get some things ready, and I'm going to go to bed because I'm really, really tired. But I wanted to call in and tell you that I love you and I miss you, and I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about all the guys. You know, this new year, we have New Year coming up, and just want to wish all the guys a Happy New Year. Hopefully some things can shake up, some laws change. Well, yeah, but you just never know. Just be hopeful, continue to pray, trust in the Lord, not on our own understanding. Love you so much, my love. Of course, I want to give a shout out to all the guys. Blaine, hi Blaine. I will get back with you. I've been super busy, but I'll get back with you. Bubba and Mark, Bethel, Woody, Eric, Debo, and of course, Kangaroo. Hang in there. Also, very, very special shout out to the Fat Swag crew on the Polinsky unit. Much love and big, big hugs from Big Will. Y'all already know what it is. Hug life, his life. Happy New Year to all you guys, and hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. If not, Happy New Year's. Drive carefully. It's going to be cold, and thank you guys so much at the prison show. You guys have a good night. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And now we're hoping for some good news from one Clinton Young on line 3.
I mean, trust me, I don't. Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. You bringing us some good news?
Yeah. I was trying to call into the prison show earlier, but I just got off work, so I wasn't able to make sure it's my supervisor's truck I'm leaning against. But so I wasn't able to call in sooner. But something I meant to call in sooner about, like a couple weeks ago, but they dropped the death penalty option, and they actually dropped part of my charges. Because they re-indicted me a year after being out here, so I was facing 3 counts of capital murder. Well, the good news is I'm only facing 2 counts of capital murder. But yeah, there was a part of my case where they said that the 2 murders were connected, and they finally admitted that that's not true. And so they dropped that count, and then a month before my trial was supposed to start, then they decided to tell us, after expenditure of resources and time and energy and et cetera that goes into a death penalty case, they wait a month before my trial, and the state says, oh, by the way, Judge, we're not seeking a death penalty no more. Like, okay, now my lawyer's like, okay, now you tell us, like, you couldn't told us that one-on-one now, like, but it is what it is. I mean, anybody involved with a death penalty, abolitionist movement, et cetera, is, kind of accustomed to kind of games. But yeah, that's the bit of good news is, they're not trying to kill me no more.
Which is good news.
Yeah, that's always good news. It's always good when somebody tells you, hey, I'm not trying to kill you. But yeah, they just, like I said, they waited a month until my trial was supposed to start to say that. They could have told us that. But, I mean, everybody knew that. Look, what's the reality is? I mean, I've been out here 2 years. I've been working. I pay my bills. I do everything, like live like a normal citizen. And you're supposed to be seeking the death penalty. Like, everybody understood that don't make no sense. But they just refused to acknowledge that they wasn't going to seek death. And they just waited till the last minute to say, oh, we're not doing it no more. But it's just part of the games they play, right?
Yeah.
But it's positive news. But I wanted to give a shout out to Creeper G, Shield Wall, baby, Randy Halpern, T. Irvin, Waco, Zilla, man, just on and on. All you guys, man. I ain't forgot y'all. I know it's the holiday season. I know how it is. I know how hard it is. I've been there. Like, even out here, like, look, I know y'all think, like, it's the holiday season and you over there get excited about the holiday season. Man, I'm telling you, I've been here 2 years now. People ask me about Christmas. I still tell them. I said, man, like, it's another day to me, right? I spend it with my family, and I get excited about that, so don't think that's lost on me. But it's something about growing up in prison and spending so many years there that I don't get excited about the holidays. We used to get excited about the Super Bowl and the World Series and things like that. Holidays were generally a time of depression because you can't be with your family, you can't be with your loved one. And so our holidays in prison was more like I said, the Super Bowl, the World Series, the World Championship, the NBA, et cetera, et cetera. And for better or worse, it kind of like that sentiment still lingers with me out here when it comes to the holidays. But the blessings aren't lost on me. But it's just like the day within itself is like, okay, whatever. But it's a good problem to have. Like I said, I just want to tell everybody I've been thinking about them. And, my trial got pushed back to February the 12th, and so we'll see how it goes. After the new year, though, I'm supposed to meet with some other people, and I'll call into the prison show next week. We should have about an update on some additional things. But yeah, that's it. I know my time's short. It's on the show, but I just want to let everybody know I haven't forgot about them, right?
Well,
and also to thank the Central Angels for all y'all do. And I know the Clinton Young Foundation recently tried to raise additional funding for y'all, because it really is a blessing what y'all do. I know I haven't said it myself personally, but like it really is, man, it really is a blessing what y'all do.
Thank you, Clinton.
Thank you, and thank you for getting us some help. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, Linda, ain't no doubt. Like I told you, right? Just get with Meryl. Like,
yeah,
if we can do it, we're gonna do it, right? Like it's like if you don't speak up, like I don't know what y'all need, right?
Well, we appreciate everything y'all can do. That's
everything.
All.
Yes,
oh
thank
yeah,
you so
man.
much.
I just want you to think that, like, even though I don't say it, look, I tell everybody, man, y'all are a blessing, man. Like, even when I was down there, man, what y'all do, man, far and few between do what y'all do, right?
Well, thank you, Clinton, and we hope you call back next week.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, Lydia on line 2.
Hi
Lydia.
there. Hi, Dani. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Trying to stay awake to give a shout out to all the guys, to wish them a happy new year, 2024. And I want to thank Blaine for the beautiful painting. It's beautiful. I really liked it. And I received Eric's message. Thank you. And Moises and Big Lou, I want to thank you all for the messages you sent me. Eric, did I say Eric? Yes.
I think you did. I don't know.
Did I?
I don't know.
Okay, well.
Say it again.
I want to wish everyone a happy new year and God's blessings be upon you. And I enjoyed my visit yesterday with my son. We had a good visit, long drive.
Oh. I think someone.
Yeah, it was same culprit that did it earlier.
All right. Now we have Ashley. Ashley? Is there an Ashley? Hey, Ashley.
Hello. Hey, how are y'all this evening?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored. First off, I want to say thank y'all so much for what you do at the prison show. And secondly, I want to give a shout out to the most important man in my life, my dad, Norman, at the Style Unit. I love you and miss you, and pray that you come home this year. We know that God's got big plans, but I love you and miss you. Christian's going to be one tomorrow. I have no idea how that happened, but I remember just telling you I was pregnant, and he's talking now and crawling, and he's walking a little bit, but I just want to say I love you and I miss you so much, Dad. Thank y'all, and y'all stay safe and warm. It is cold in Texas. It's cold here in Florida, but I just wanted to say God bless y'all so much.
Thank you, Ashley. We appreciate it. You have a great new year.
You too. Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's scoot back to Lydia. Hey, Lydia.
Hey, I was talking and I said, who am I talking to? Lost the connection there somehow.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. But again, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. 2024. Looking forward to it. And blessings be upon each and every one of you guys. My saludos to Big Lou, to Rudy, to Juan, to Eric, Blaine, Moises, Roderick, Ivan, and William, Big Will. Wishing you a very happy new year, and to God be with each and every one of you, okay? And I love you, mijo. Talk to you tomorrow. And I will tell your tia to try and re-register again, and Amanda and everybody, okay? Good night. Good night, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Lydia.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Bye, Dani.
Bye. Okay, now, since they have Mike right in front of my face, I guess we'll do Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the prison show. And now here's my shout-outs to Guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Lucy and Michelle want me to do a shout-out for Paul. Shout-out for Jovan, Matt, Thomas, Oz, Ed Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Haas. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Bill R. Sims. Shout-out to Raymond Lee Cart. Shout-out to James Knorr. And special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. Shout-out for Oz. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in the care of David Collingsworth. And now back to the prison show, and Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully 2024 will be better for all of us. Adios. Cheers.
All right. Now, just in case you didn't know the prison show's mailing address, I will give it to you. 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, Texas. 77371. I usually say Shepherd, America, but tonight I'm saying Shepherd, Texas. 77371. And now we have Gloria.
How are y'all doing?
Doing good, Gloria. How are you?
I'm freezing my butt off.
Yeah.
It is cold outside. I was just taking the dogs out before we go to bed. I was so happy to hear that they decided they're not going to kill Quentin Young. But really, they just need to drop his charges and let him get on with his life. Anyway, I want to give a shout-out to a few people. Spider, great visit yesterday. I want you to know that you will be getting your art supply calendar from Dick Blick. I thought he was sending me to a porn site. But it really is an art supply place. I'm like, okay, this is a joke, right? George Curry, I sent you an email, so be looking for it. Anthony, I'm so glad I got to meet your wife. She is so sweet and a beautiful young woman. So congratulations to both of y'all. Beto, it was good to see you yesterday. And Ram, I want to say hello and tell you I just love to see that big smile on your face. So it was good to see you too. And Nanan Williams down on the Ramsey. I wrote you an email about 4 or 5 days ago, and I just found it in my draft folder. So you'll be getting it. And I'm looking forward to when Franz comes. Is it January? No, February. I'm going to get to meet your wife with him. So I'm excited about that. And I guess that is it. I hope everybody in TDCJ is warmer than I am. And the last I heard, the women at Mountain View, or whoever it's named after now, they don't have heat. They've been working on it since last winter when they didn't have heat. So I'm waiting on a reply from a couple of the women. If they don't have heat, then we're going to start a phone-in campaign to all kinds of people, because this is
Yes,
ridiculous.
we will.
For sure. And for y'all in the so-called free world, we're going to be actually meeting in person next Tuesday at Shade Center, 7 o'clock, for the death penalty abolition movement. We have Trey in town. He's on his college break, and he's going to do what do you call it? We're going to do Zoom for the people that don't live in Houston, and the rest of y'all that are in Houston, come by, 7 o'clock Tuesday. And I guess that's it. I feel stupid saying Happy New Year to people on death row, but my idea of a Happy New Year is that the death penalty would just friggin' disappear. That would be a real Happy New Year. But best wishes to everybody. And that's it, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you, Gloria.
Oh, okie doke. All
Okay.
right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now we have Stacy.
This is to my husband, Sporty Black at Wainwright Unit. Hey, baby boo, how's the day been for you? I trust it's been a smooth day, and we've been with our whispers all up in each other's ears. Mwah. Man, it's your weather here, 37 degrees, but the chill factor is below that with even a few flurries. Yeah, you'd like that. I've heard from you. Yeah, our 12th 2623 e-note didn't have the impending post, but a short of our truth. The girls are behaving. You know Mimi, she can't help herself out in the winter weather. She loves it. Sleep was good. I just woke up missing you, as I always am. But you sounded delish yesterday p.m., and I know all we do is make sure our communication is grounded. I've been on the machine, prune the emails, the usual stuff by now. Yeah, I trust we've been spoken on all of it. We got a few emails and a few alerts, etc. Baby, this is just kissing you, wishing you an upbeat new year. Yup, happy New Year's, baby. Yeah, you'll get the happy when I'm all up in your ear. Baby, that's that time. Remain healthy and safe. Stay focused and tough. Know I'm out here all yours, holding it down. I love you, my husband, Sporty. Mwah. Take care, sweetheart. Mwah.
All right, and now we have Manuela, who's in the station.
Hi, Dani, in the station. I want to make my shout out to my sweet and precious husband, Mr. Robert Robertson, on Texas Death Row Polanski Unit. Hi, baby. I hope and pray that you are good, my love. It was so very great to hear your voice today, my love. And hopefully I will hear it very soon again. Tomorrow I fly back to Germany, but we stay in contact every day, like ever. I want to let you know that I love you, I miss you, I need you, and I want you, baby. You are my one and only big, big, great love of my life, and you always and forever will be, because you are my always and forever, my love, my heart and my soul. I miss you, baby. I love you. Good night, sweet and blessed dreams to you, my love. I miss you now. Good night, baby.
Thank you. All right, now let's get to Crystal on line 1. Hey, Crystal.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. I would like to make a shout out.
Okay, go ahead. You're on the air.
Okay. I'd like to make a shout out to my cousin that's in Coalfield Unit. His name is Tommy Guntu. Tommy, we're still here for you. We love you. We miss you. I hope you have a good year this year, 2024. Good year. And then I would like to make a shout out to my loved one in Michael Unit, Terry Arnold. I love you and miss you. I can't wait to see you in May. Keep your head up high. Stay out of trouble. I love you and I miss you. Have a good night's sleep and love you.
All right. Is that all, Crystal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right. Now we have, I'm assuming it's Nadine. Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Dani.
Hi, sister.
Hi, sister. I know you are sad. I recognize in your voice, it's really strong to leave, and that's what. Well, okay, you will be fine. We will be back. Remember. Yes. Okay? Happy New Year to my husband, Eugene Broxton. I hope you are not asleep. I wish you a 224, and I know for us it will be great, 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 great. Ooh. I just get your letter from when you were in Irish County, and I can feel everything you told me. It's just that I was not knowing that they stole everything from you. So I'm just mad to discover certain things. But that's life. Don't worry. We are so strong that nothing can how did you say, can cancel what we have together. It's now 20 years. So it's time for you to get out. It's time for you to be freed. And I will wait for you forever, Boo. So I wish you a 2024 for us. It will be great, great, great. I swear I will love you. I swear I will help you. I swear everything you want me to swear to you, I will do it. For all my guys there, I want to wish you Slim Lou, Big Wheel, Ali, everyone, because if I began to give names, I will forget someone. And everyone, I wish you guys a wonderful 2024 with good news. I'm praying for abolition of death penalty for sure, every day. Well, it will not be simple, but we will do it. Okay, so have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time, and we will be back soon. To the radio, I want to wish you girls and David and everyone there a wonderful 2024. And I thank you for what you are doing. Thank you, and bye-bye. I love you, Boo.
Bye, Nadine.
Bye, Nadine. Love you too, sis.
Love you, love you too, sis.
All right. Now, as I was going to say earlier, we have some new visitation, or TDCJ posted their visitation procedure update. The TDCJ would like to remind families and friends of measures in place and some enhanced procedures implemented when visiting your loved ones at a unit. Documenting and searching the vehicle when entering and exiting a TDCJ facility are consistent with current procedures and will be conducted at each visit. All visitors 18 years of age and older are subject to being searched. During the registration or check-in process, all visitors 18 years of age and older will be required to present a current official government-issued ID. Visitation staff will retain the identification during the visit. At the conclusion of the visit, the inmate will exit the visitation area while family and friends remain seated in the visitation area until excused to leave by staff. At that time, visitors will proceed to check out, their ID will be returned to them, and they will depart the unit. So official. And like I said earlier, if you come in with a sweater or jacket, you have to have it on at all times during the visit, even though you're melting. And I want to give a big shout out to a few people. Rusty over at the Estelle unit with Renee. Big hello to you. Big hello. And Paul DeVoe. Hey, Farron. Hey. Jeff Pribble. How did I do? Did I do good? Big hello to you too. Brett T. Big Head, and of course Blaine. How you doing, Blaine? Rue, Moy, Leroy, Larry, J. Van Story, Roderick Harris, and of course, Rexalicious and Curtis Claus. And we have one Freddie Garcia who waits until the last minute to call. Hey, Freddie.
Hey.
Go ahead with your shout out.
Yes, let me shout out the PAC unit, my brothers Dudley and Green, Terry, all you guys. I was in the city last week, but I got thrown under the bus, I guess, under the table or something. But Merry Christmas, man. Belated Merry Christmas. And every day is Christmas, you know that. And Happy New Year, guys. And I was planning to be there today, but I wasn't able to. So you guys keep your head up, and I love y'all. And it's going to be a better year. Bye, guys.
Yes, it will be a better year. A great year. And I want to mention again that about Ivan Cantu's website, Cousins by Blood. It's his podcast. Make sure you tune in. And I think David.
What? Does Linda need to make a shout out?
Do you need to make?
You want to make a shout out, Linda? We got time. I still got like 4 minutes till I take over. 3 minutes.
3 minutes till you take over. You have 3 minutes, Linda.
Well, she needs 4, then she can have that.
No. Sorry, I got the last call in, so I'll try to read real fast.
You don't have to speed up. You got like 4 minutes.
Oh, I do? Okay. Yeah. Bobby Woods, congratulations on getting out. Woo-hoo. Gregory Truitt, Bobby Woods Jr., Frank Gill, Will Spear, Tyrone Williams, Franklin Davis, Luke Myers, William F. Owen Sr., Paul DeVoe, James Calvert, Gary D. Green, Herschel Wheeler, Lucky Ward, Jaime Cole, Brian Davis, Samuel Solomon, John Green, Bill Sims, Justin Miranda, Stephen Curry, Joel White, Damon Wilson, Stephen Bachman, Sonny Wilson, Curtis Robertson, Brian Bolt, Roy E. Addix, Milton Gobert, Pete Russell, Samuel Montanez, Ray, Juan Mejia, Miller L., Sheldon Jones, Thomas Nix, Curtis Allen, Christopher Curtis, Curry Richardson, Roderick Harris, Michael Ferguson, Daniel Tellis, Nazario Vasquez, Gilbert Romero, a.k.a. Chief, Hector De Leon, Rudy Martinez, Joe Luna, Raul Chavez, Michael Moyers, William Torres, Troy Glover. And guys, I'm going to make a new list starting next year, so please write me and tell me if you still want to be on the list. I will put you on the list. Okay? Thanks very much.
What's your address, David?
My address is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, Texas, 77371. Shepherd, America.
Shepherd, America.
Still got a couple of minutes. Does Stephanie need to make a shout out? She's just sitting in there.
On the spot. You have a couple of minutes. Go, girl.
Well, shout out to my husband Gary at the Polensky unit. I love you very much. Shout out to all the guys on 12 building there at Polensky unit that works with him every day. I'll give him a hard time. Just kidding. Show him love. I know Solly got sent home yesterday from
Awesome.
Polensky unit, so I'm sure he's enjoying his time with his family and not listening to the prison show. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's really it for me.
That's cool. I mean, I didn't want to forget anybody. I hate it when we forget people. But it's been a really great show. I mean, I enjoyed it.
I think it's been really good.
Sorry we had started off with technical difficulties, but thanks
As
to Marcus.
usual.
Marcus got it worked out. So you go, Marcus. And hopefully you're showing everything you know to Stephanie. So that way, if something happens and you don't show up, then Stephanie can pick up and keep on going. And, we got a really good crew. We miss Javier. Javier, I know he went to California and whatever, so hopefully he'll be coming back. I'm going to try and get a hold of him, even if I got to go knock on his front door. You hear me, Javier? I might be knocking on your front door. But y'all stay tuned. We got a really good Cnvrge is coming up. And we talk about it every week. Get some techno stuff out of the college, and you guys tune in, and hopefully it'll be a good show tonight. I'm sure it will be. I'm not on the bike tonight. I'm in the truck, and my truck plays country music. It's just straight up country music.
Yeah,
So it's about the only station that old truck gets, but I'm glad I at least get something.
Yeah.
But the bike's a little different. On the bike, I can jam a little bit, but not in the truck. But y'all stay tuned for Cnvrge, and it'll be a good show. And we appreciate you, but we're going to go out with Charlie and the Regrets.
Happy New Year, guys.